Virgonians, what's up? This is Lotto Tarot and welcome. This is the Lottotaronator5000, this contraption here. And the way this works, I have got 78 tarot balls back here in this cage. We've got some escapees, but I am shuffling them up extra for you. See what we got for you for January through June 2025. I will release them into the matrix here in a minute. I'll go ahead and make sure these are nice and mixed up. And turn this on. Get her fired up. Alright, ready? I'm going to get 6 balls for January through June for 6 months of 2025. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wow, Virgos, I hope you guys are getting yourselves organized and, your Virgo ways of being all, organized. I think that might have been the first zodiac sign that all the balls just behaved. Isn't that nice? They are in their place. So while these are coming down, the first one's going to be for January. I'm taking them in the order that they come out. All right, there's one. Number 2. All right. This is for March and April. And I spoke a little bit too soon. We might have had... Did somebody get stuck? Alright. The Fool has been making so many appearances. So, hi there. Nice to see you again, friend. Really wants to get out of jail. And this is for June. Alright. Turn the squeaky screwinator elevator off. Alright. So this card for January is the 2 of Pentacles. This is the 10 of Wands. This is the 3 of Pentacles. Right. For March, King of Wands for April, Fool for May, and the Emperor. Nice. All right. That is Emperor Major for Aries. The Fool also I consider to be a major for Aries because it's the first zodiac sign, but first card in the deck. Could also be associated with Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So, the air signs. Alright, so I'm going to get some visuals here and start your reading out of the Rider-Waite deck. By the way, I've also got a Nostradamus video up talking about how it's actually interesting that the Fool keeps popping out in so many readings, and also the turn I did to figure out which sign to start with first. Basically, he's got a cycle of about 252 years, and according to him, we are starting over fresh new in 2025. So check that out. I think that's an interesting way to look at it instead of the stuff that the media puts out there. My perspective on how to read what Nostradamus said about 2025. And all right, so for January, the 2 of Pentacles. This is a card usually translated as juggling. You've got some choices between 2 things for January. A little bit of indecision. This is kind of like a jester joker type of figure with the tall hat. So he could be just playing around, actually juggling, but usually try to think of that in terms of the month of January, that you may have something that you're trying to decide between 2 things. And in February, the 10 of Wands, this came out for another sign. Anyway, for the 10 of Wands for February, this is kind of pushing stuff up the hill. 10, that's a lot. It's a big load to carry. February, this is looking a little bit like, I got to get all this stuff done before something else is happening, trying to get something else into place, moving a lot of things around, carrying weight, of that type of thing. And then for March, this card is typically associated with a contract. It looks to me like they're in the Three of Pentacles, by the way. It looks to me like they could be in a church. Um, so it may be some kind of contract related to something like that, that would, like marriage, divorce, birth, baptism, bat mitzvah, whatever that means for you, type of contract that's tied to a church ceremony or proceeding. But this also could just be, a courthouse. So some kind of legal contract that looks to me like there's, two people involved, and then some kind of official, efficient. All right. So moving on to April, the King of Wands is often associated with leadership, entrepreneurship, that type of thing. This is, with Wands, a fiery, fast-moving energy. He is meant, usually portrayed as an honest king. So maybe, there's somebody in your life that you would think of in that light that might be highlighted in April. And by the way, I'll be bringing these cards back into your weekly and monthly readings going forward. So this is just the general overview for 2025. And I will pull these cards back in to the weekly and monthly readings. So please join me for those. And then for May, the Fool, our friend again. So he's a young guy. This is the first card of the tarot deck. Brand new beginning. And again, this is what Nostradamus was saying, the end of a cycle, the start of a new one. He's got his dog. He's got his bag packed. He's carrying a flower. He's a little romantic even. He's on his way on a journey. And off he goes. And then the last card for June, the Emperor, again, major for Aries. Now, the Emperor is definitely an authoritative father figure type, very structured and stable. He represents self-control. He does have some of those Aries rams on his throne that he's sitting on there, and a scepter, a crown, of course. So something that's a little bit more, I want to say, you know, papal than just, what a king would represent. So this is a little higher up than that in terms of status, self-conscious awareness. He is wearing armor, very, high status individual, intelligent, that type of thing. So maybe in June we'll bring this back in and try to figure out exactly why this came up for you. But again, this is 2 majors out of 6. A lot of nice cards, other than maybe in February there's a little bit of a speed bump, struggle bus. So I think that's about all I've got for you. Don't forget to join me for the January weekly and monthly, and going forward I'll be pulling these cards back in. Check out my Nostradamus video, and thank you so much for joining.